Are you one of those people that maybe it's the first day of the week or the first day of the month or the first day of the year where you get excited and you set a goal and for a moment, 10 minutes, you plot and you plan and you get your flip charts out and you come up with some ideas and then it just gets flat. Yeah, I know that you know that I know that you know that you probably had that experience, and it's part of procrastination. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekly Releasing Negative Emotion Show. I'm Michael Loge, certified emotion code practitioner. We're on episode number, you saw it, 221, and I'm with John every Saturday. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Yes, my name is John Inverarity, certified emotion code, body code practitioner, and love helping people with this topic, procrastination or lack of motivation, and goal setting. So this is, I think this is going to be a really popular episode here. This is a great topic, and we're talking about law of attraction and emotion code again as part of this series. This is our third one, I think, that we're doing.
Yeah, we've got in the law of attraction emotion code series. What we've been doing is that I've been talking about the law of attraction piece, Captain Obvious, should be doing that. And John's going to cover the emotion code piece. John, tell people what you're going to look for today. John's going to do a live emotion code session. And who would be ideal to receive in a session based on today's topic when we get to that? Go ahead, please.
Absolutely. So yeah, be watching live, and I will be looking for a volunteer today, as we always do. We're working with someone, and someone that knows they want to move forward with a goal. They have kind of a rough idea of a goal. Maybe, something set, maybe, there's room for improvement there, and you're, blocking you from moving forward. You're putting it off, and just, you feel stuck. So that's,
you're not opening it, you're not researching it, you're not talking about it, yet you say it's a goal that you have. So lots of words to describe that.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on today. Hey, listen, if you're joining us for the first time and you just caught us and you're thinking, wow, I would really like to be notified when this guys are going live. Well, you can do that. You can go to www.michaelloge.com/live, and you can get on our weekly mailing list. We'll mail you Friday morning and say, hey, here's what we're talking about tomorrow. We'll mail you 30 minutes before Saturday so you can prepare and take time and come join us. The purpose of the show is to let people know that releasing negative emotions can help a lot of the challenges you're having, whether it's physical or mental. We are on episode 221. That means we've done 221 episodes, mostly on different subjects. So also, if you go to that live page, you can access and see our podcast listings and all the previous episodes. We go live every Saturday on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So thanks for hanging out with us today. Okay, John, let's welcome some friends, and then we're going to start with a law of attraction segment. I've also got a sneak peek of a new graphic that's going to be in. Now, my book is published in 2003, and we're 2021. It's old. My book is old, and it hasn't been updated in 19 years.
Yeah.
Guess what? I've updated it for 2022 with my publisher. So today I'm going to give you a sneak peek of a new graphic that's in my new updated anniversary edition of Law of Attraction. John, who is joining us, please?
That's exciting. Hey, Natasha Paula Samuel from the UK, joining us always. Veronica Wolf is here, says hello. Jennifer Towner, boom, baby, happy Saturday.
Yes.
Heather Fisher, hi from Labrador. Looking great, gentlemen.
Yes, Labrador is on the far east side of Canada, for those that don't know where that is. So saying hello to our friend Heather. It's been a long time. She loves those quote cards. She's downloading them like every 2 weeks. So say hello to Heather. Well. Sylvia Bellini from the UK is back. Dark London. Yeah, it gets dark so early. A few more people, John.
Benjamin Dudley's here. Hi, Michael.
BD, hey Benjamin, welcome. And Olaf from not sure where you're from, but she's from YouTube. There we go. Veronica Volk saying, I loved your book. I gave it and recommended to so many people. Thank you, Veronica. That's how I was able to sell 3.7 million copies, was for people like you in 37 languages.
Wow.
Stay tuned. I've got something new you haven't heard from me before.
Yeah.
A few more people there, John.
Who else is here? If you're watching live, say hello. Let us know where you're from. Like Nadia's here from Canada, as we are as well. Margaret's here from Ireland. Hey, Margaret. Thanks for joining again. Natasha's still in the Caribbean. Been there for a few months now. Yeah, okay. Nice. Nice.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. I'm in beautiful Victoria, BC. It's on the west coast of Canada on an island, and John is in the mainland of British Columbia in Vancouver, and we're here every Saturday to help you. And in our emotion code practice, we are deleting old, unprocessed negative emotions that are causing physical pain, mental challenges, and there's 221 reasons to hire us if you want to go back and listen. But today, we're going to do the merge. And the merge of law of attraction and emotion code, and why they're best friends, and why one needs the other, and why my interest of a guy who wrote a book, Law of Attraction, sold 3.7 million copies in 37 languages, likes to do emotion code. Not to mention how fascinating it is. But okay, John, thank you. We got all of our friends. Hayes is from the Philippines. Great. We've got a great selection of people all over the world today. First, quick little law of attraction lesson. If you've been with us the last few weeks, I've been building up and talking about, the words we use, the don't, nots, and nos, whatever we give attention to, all of that causes us to include the vibration of what we don't want. And guess what? We get more of it. But today, I want to talk about goal setting. In my book, there is the 3-step formula. So step number 1 is, what do I want? That makes sense. If you want to order a pizza, you don't call them and say, hey, I'd like a pizza. Here's all the things that I don't want. By the way, I was going to put the pizza thing in the new book, but I opted for this one today. So it's between the pizza and this one. I'm going to show you this in a minute. So before you order the pizza, you've got to know, because I'm going to, what my book teaches you to do is how to place an order. How do I place an order to the universe? How do I place an order to law? I know some of you have been placing the orders. You've been building macaroni collages and pink bubbles and praying and wanting and visualizing, yet you have your hands on your hips. Where's that thing that I placed the order? Boy, it was an Amazon order. You'd let it in fast enough, wouldn't you? I didn't want to use the Amazon thing either, of course. But anyway, number 1, you got to know what you want. So you guys set goals. Good, this is what I want, 10 new clients, I want a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I want more opportunities, I want to get a job. That could be your goal. Then step number 2 says, I need to give this goal attention. In other words, I need to, because law of attraction is always eavesdropping on my vibe, and when it's eavesdropping, I want it to catch the vibration that I'm sending about my goal. How do you do that? Well, maybe you visualize. Maybe you tell 10 friends. Maybe you make a dream board. Maybe you make a macaroni collage. Maybe you think and talk about it and be in the energy of it. Doesn't really matter. Law of attraction doesn't know how it got there. It's just going to match it. Step number 1, what do I want? Step number 2, I need to include it in my vibe by talking about it and researching it. Boy, wouldn't it be nice if it was a 2-step process? You'd be done. But it's a 3-step process, and 3-step process says allow it. Earlier I said if it was an Amazon order, you would go to Amazon, you'd order what you want, you press enter, place the order, and you would track that parcel till it was at your door. You would chase the Amazon driver down the street for that order. You would have no problem allowing it in, that or the pizza delivery. But when it comes to your goals and dreams, there's something that's not allowing it to come. Cue the new graphic and the updated version of Law of Attraction. It is the faucet.
Ooh.
In this picture, it's showing how much water I'm allowing. And the speed of how much water I'm allowing isn't determined by how much water you want. Is determined on how much resistance you have that's blocking, stopping the natural flow that's already yours. There's a new addition to the list. It's called trapped emotions. And this has to do with your goal setting. So on one hand, you say you want to have a goal, you want to do this, you want to do that. And then there's this energy that arises, this feeling that comes up that makes you not do it and makes you not get started. And you don't want to open it. You don't want to double click it. You don't want to finally open the document, print it off, or do whatever it is. There's a big block, and it's called an old, unprocessed negative emotion. So today, John is looking for a volunteer that has a goal. that set a goal, decided they want something, yet it's only trickling in. Maybe maybe your goal is to have a new client and you got one and you wanted 5. It means you're allowing valves are open just a little tiny bit. You got 1 out of 5 clients, or maybe you're having trouble getting a job interview or making a sale or going on a date, whatever it might be. The speed at which you allow anything is determined on how much resistance you have. And again, we've talked in the past, I might doubt it. Well, that's a negative vibration that causes me to resist it. I might have negative vibes because I'm a complainer and I use the word don't, not a no, not me, but somebody I know. And look at this, trapped emotions. Q, John, in rarity, what's a trapped emotion? How does this work? And how can you delete an emotion for somebody else so far away to open their valves? Go ahead, please.
Right. So a trapped emotion is an unprocessed emotion from a past negative event, and it's something that you didn't, move on from, get over, you didn't vent, and it's literally trapped inside you now. Trapped emotion, you can picture it like about the size of your fist. It's a little ball, and it's stuck somewhere in your body, rattling around and radiating that energy of, doubts, whatever it may be, whatever emotion it is. But there's 60 emotions on the chart here to choose from, so there could be a few of each. Yeah, that's the emotion code chart. And so how does it happen? So, or how do we find these emotions? Okay, so first of all, we identify the emotion. How do we do it? As a practitioner, we connect up to you and, act on your behalf. So like a proxy, like you're mailing it in, like we've ever voted for someone, that's us. We're the practitioner. We do it for you. Right. Yeah. And how do we find these emotions? We use muscle testing to find out which emotion is, creating that block, that barrier. And we're accessing your supercomputer subconscious mind. So we're asking yes and no based questions to find out which emotion on the chart is, creating that block barrier. And we release it with a magnet over the governing meridian. Just goes over the head just like this. Here's my magnet right here. Just like that. So that's a simple explanation of, sort of how it works. And yeah, I am looking for a volunteer today. So you have some goals, there's some blocks, barriers, and we want to help. Definitely want to help today. So we'll be watching volunteer right now. And a severity too. We like to know the severity, like how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how severe is this block? Like you've been, trying to achieve it for years and years. That would be like a 10 out of 10. Yeah.
Good. So John, I'm going to do a quick little recap of both segments, and you're going to find there's a number of people that are chatting. You'll get caught up. So just a quick little recap of what we're talking about today. It's all about energy. And what is energy? Energy is vibe. What's a vibe? It's a vibration. A vibe is moods or feelings. They all mean the same thing. Energy, vibes, vibrations, moods, feelings. And guess what? Right now you have one. This is you. We don't look like him, but this is our vibrational bubble. We have a vibe around us, and there's only 2 kinds, negative or positive. And the obedient law of attraction that's around us is it's energy. It's responding to our vibrations. Know it, say it, burn this image. When law of attraction is eavesdropping to find out the vibration that you're vibing, it matches it. Burn this image. Burn, 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 matches, matches. What if it's negative? Matches. What if it's positive? Matches. So on this hand, you have a goal. You set a goal, get a job interview, make a sale, get a date, buy a home, whatever it might be. So you got a good vibe going on. And on this hand, there's a vibe that says, well, I'm not, put it off and I'm feeling insecure and I doubt that I can do it, so it never gets started. What if on your vibrational meter reader, but John's going to delete the negative vibrations right here that are blocking. And when they get deleted, what happens to the overall vibration? It gets higher. Boom. Because the best way to become more positive is to become less negative. That's what we do. We're negative emotion releaser deleters. We search for them, we identify them. You need to know the emotion by name. That's why we use muscle testing. And the magnet, we do it for you. John, who did you find to help, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna work with Veronica Volk. She says she has goals and the severity is a 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I found a little analogy too. So yeah, that vibrational meter reader, you can think about these trapped emotions like little, bricks or rocks, and you as like a vehicle. So if you have like one rock or brick in your truck, it's no big deal. You can get around just fine. But if you have like a lot of them, like hundreds and hundreds of them, that it's very, very heavy and it's slowing you down, you're going to run into problems, right? If you pack this around for forever. So our job is to clear them out so you get lighter, right? So
like
emotions, heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Okay, so we're gonna work with Veronica, and I'm gonna do just a little protocol that I use for blocks and goals. So there's three main things to look for when setting a goal, and you want to achieve that, right? And Michael touched on this with the law of attraction. So the first is clarity. So that's one. I'm going to test what your clarity level is, and see if there's any trapped emotions blocking clarity. The second is motivation. So motivation is key with moving forward in anything, right? So there could be trapped emotions. There may be some lifestyle things as well. We have to consider that, right? Like if you're burnt out from the day-to-day things of living here on earth, the last couple of years have been pretty tough. You might just be like overwhelmed and burnt out, and we can clear trapped emotions around that as well. And the third is alignment. So you can think about like that faucet that Michael showed, that all that fits under sort of alignment, and you can see what alignment you are with that goal. And if you're not in alignment, or what creates that block to alignment is the trapped emotions, it's that doubts, it's that negative thoughts, right? So that's the the tap. So that's what I'm gonna look for: clarity, motivation, alignment. So I'm gonna connect up to Veronica now.
Okay.
And see what we can find here. So tune in, connect up Veronica, act as a proxy. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a little bit more water here. Hydrated practitioner. So I do have a good connection. Tune in, connect up. Okay, so clarity. I'm gonna test this out of 100, right? So clarity on these goals. 100% clarity. I got 80%, so 83. I'm just going to write that down, 83. Motivation to achieve these goals, 80%, 80% or higher. No. 50, 52. An alignment with your goals, 50%. No. 20. 20. So we're going to start with alignment.
As a practitioner, it's good to do ranges because you want to measure your work, right? It's like, okay, they're not perfect. That's why you're working on it. And then you get to measure your work and say, now what's the distance? So it's a good habit to be using ranges, and with your clients too.
Yeah, so I'm getting the most beneficial area to start with is motivation. So is there trapped emotion creating this lack of motivation, block of motivation, energetic, physical? Yes. Is this trapped emotion in column A? I got no, so it's in B. Even, so it's in B6. Yes. Pride, is it shame? Is it shock? So it's unworthy or worthless. So it's unworthy. So I'm looking at my chart right here, 2 columns, 6 rows. And first emotion is unworthy. So let's clear that. Release unworthy. And that's released. Yeah, good. Keep working through motivation. No. So we're going to go to alignment now. So alignment was at 20%. So trapped emotion preventing you from being in alignment with your goals. Alignment or vibrational harmony, whatever you want to call it, right? So you're not a match.
Vibrationally on track.
Yeah, you're just not a match at 20% in alignment with that, right? So you're not going to be able to, as Michael would say, you're not going to be able to buck that current. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't sound any better when you say it.
3 or 5. So it's a B3. So it's grief, trapped emotion of grief. So let's release that, release grief. Okay, and that's released. Yeah. So this is my muscle testing. This is what it looks like. Another trapped emotion, Veronica, creating this block to alignment. Yeah. Yod. B4 or 6. So it's in B4, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So it's indecisive, releasing indecisive. And that's released. Yeah, another trapped emotion, blocking you from being in vibrational harmony with your goals. Yeah. A odd or E. So it's B odd, 1, 3, or 5. So B5, creative insecurity. We're going to release this and then touch on this one a little bit more because this is the kingpin.
Yeah.
Creative insecurity.
Yeah. My favorite.
So the definition of creative insecurity is feeling unsafe or untrusting of yourself and your ability to create something new. So a new path, project, or goal.
Yeah.
So it's a big one. We've done shows on creative insecurity.
Oh, yeah, we've done it. And honestly, it's almost like when every client, I just do it for them because they don't really ask for it because they don't think, can you get rid of it? Nobody really knows that unless they've worked with you. Yeah. So it's a nice thing to do because these not just procrastination. It's you don't have any creative juice. You can't be creative in writing. You can't pick a color, or you can't design that program, or write your resume, or work on your webpage. And it's this energy because of the key word you said. It's a development. You're trying to create something or develop something.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So good connection, Veronica. Yeah. Okay. Another trapped emotion, creating this block barrier from you being in vibrational harmony with your goals. No. Okay. So alignment, we started at 20%, out of 100. So are you 100% alignment with your goals? Yes. I didn't actually think it was going to be 100, but yeah, 99 or less. No, 100% alignment. Okay, motivation. Got 100% on that too. Yeah, clarity. Okay, I got 100% on that too. Wow.
Okay, Veronica.
That is awesome, Veronica. Yeah. So let us know. So you might be feeling some sensations in your body. You might not. So everyone's different, but some people feel lighter. Like all these emotions are heavy, like we were talking about before. And with this kind of thing, it can take some time to notice a change, right? Because there's a lot of things that happen. I mean, I don't even know what your goals are, but it can take a little bit of time for that to sort of play out, law of attraction. But in the meantime, focus on what you want. Easy for me to say, but just starting now and for the rest of your life.
Ideally, she'll just notice behaviors. It's like all of a sudden she's going to get a pad of paper out and write. That's what you notice, thinking, "Oh, I'm into this," right?
Yeah.
Or you catch yourself thinking, "Oh, I'm like into this an hour." So this is the behavior to look for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
John, I just want to bring attention to, I have a free muscle testing video for those of you that are interested. It's a little different than John's style, but it does. It's a yes or no answerer. And with muscle testing, we're always asking yes or no questions. And the style that I use, I have a video right here, MichaelLogier.com, muscle testing. It's got a video and a workbook, and it takes a lot of time and practice. But when you get it, you could practice emotion code on yourself. Or you could ask yourself yes or no questions using muscle testing. So thanks for hanging out with us today. Okay, John, we did it. There's a question here about from Haze saying, what about chronic illness? Does it have something to do with energy? I'm not sure. I'm 26 now, and ever since I was a child. So I'm going to give you a quick little assignment is go to my playlist on YouTube. You're there now. And go and look for aches and pains. We don't call it chronic illness. We call it aches and pains. We've done a couple episodes on it. Watch those and you'll have a really good understanding that this ache and pain, imagine having 20 baseball-sized emotions in your wrist. We delete those, and then the flexibility, that's our experience. So go back and check some of the other shows. You can also go to MichaelLogier.com live, and that way you could sign up for the shows that we're having coming up, and what was I just talking about? And the library. Okay, now some of you are pretty inspired. You might be planning your new year or your December and you want to get goals. What would be better? Well, this would be the best thing ever, is to have an emotion code session to get your goals lined up and make sure there's no blockages, make sure that your vibrations congruent with what you want. John, tell people that haven't had a session what that experience is like once they get here's how to book a session. Tell people what that is, please.
Absolutely, yeah. So we are available to help you. I'm at alivenpr.com. Michael's at michaellozier.com. You can see the link going by right there. And we both have online scheduling. So you can, click the button to book a session. It opens up a calendar. You can pick your time, your day, and you'll pay for the session. We recommend a package of sessions to start, 2-3 sessions. Just so we can get that follow-up is key to, when we first start, get, 2-3 sessions in. That way we're doing our due diligence. We get a follow-up, and it does take a few sessions sometimes it can take a few sessions to see something tangible, especially when we're working with like business blocks or goals, desires, behavior things. And then we can send you a link. We do sessions over Zoom, so we can do video like this. And if you're not into that, we can have a session over the phone.
Yeah.
Then you can give us a call. We can just do audio. And if that's not an option, you're too busy, or the time doesn't work. If you're in the Southeast Asia or something like that, you don't want to get up at 2 or 3 in the morning. You can just send us a list and list of concerns, and we can get right to it. We address your concerns and send you an email saying it's done, and that's that. Works well for kids too. These remote email sessions. If you have like a young one, they're not gonna, sit on the phone or in front of a Zoom, but we can work on, various concerns for your little ones.
Yeah, good stuff. Mm-hmm. Hey, real quickly, Susan is asking, Michael, are you on Clubhouse these days? Am I on Clubhouse? Listen, next week, starting on November 22nd, I am on Clubhouse. You bet I'm on Clubhouse. I'm on Clubhouse every day for 6 days, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's called Law of Attraction Week. I just put the link up there. You can go directly to that club. For those of you that haven't experienced Clubhouse before, it kind of looks like this. It's an online app, and see all these are different conversations and groups. Mine will look like this. You click it on, you can come in and listen, you don't interrupt anything. And if you want to have a one-on-one chat with me, there's a way to do that through Clubhouse. 6 days of Law of Attraction, me, and Law of Attraction Week on Clubhouse. Come join us there. We would love to have you. Okay, I'm turning that off and bringing John back, and look at all the clutter on the window right now. There we go, John. We made it back. Hey, Susan, thanks for answering that question. Okay, I think we got all the questions answered. We are back next week with one more episode merging Law of Attraction and Emotion Code. And then December, we're going to do a series on fear. And not just fear, but something very specific. Is it fear to go live? Is it fear to have a conversation? We'll give you some time to think about it. Although I know that you know what it is. Come back and hang out with us. Make sure you're on the mailing list. We send you 2 emails a week, one Friday at 9 a.m. and one a half hour, something before Saturday show. We'd love you to be part of it. John, let's say goodbye to our friends hanging out here on the weekly Releasing Negative Emotions show.
Thanks for joining, everyone. See you next week.
See you later.